everybody for coming out. Thanks for being here. And if you stick around a little bit, I think I can get these guys back up on stage here, and we can talk. We had some really good conversations before the showing, and we just want to share some of that with you, and then we'll kind of open it up to questions and answers. Well, questions from you guys, maybe some answers from the people up here. We'll see how it goes. So let's see if Leandre is back there. Haden, Chico, Aaron, you want to come on up here? There we go. So one of the things we were talking about before the showings tonight is we were just talking about the connection, like first of all, how important skateboarding is to all of us. You guys know each other, right? How important skateboarding is to all of us, and also just the connection to the community that it has. And I think that was shown like really well, whether it's through like the community of the city, the community of friends and family and those kind of things, and how that can skateboarding and those relationships can kind of overcome a lot of things. And so I just thought it'd be cool if we could share some of those things. We had so many good conversations earlier today. Just kind of pass these around and talk about some of the experiences that you guys have had and those connections. Anybody want to get started?
First off, I just want to say sorry for all the profanity. We didn't know that this was going to turn into the film that it did, and we didn't know we didn't have proper media training, to say the least. But I really hope you guys like it, and it brought up a lot of memories that I had forgotten about, because I had built a callus over a lot of my childhood. But seeing that film brought a lot of joy when I got to watch it for the first time, and I hope it did the same for you guys. And, you know, our relationship is going on 16 plus years, and it's had its ups and downs, but it's always had its foundation of just stability, of just being like actual family, and never, you know, never giving up on each other no matter what. And I feel like that's the real message of the movie, is that, you know, you can not necessarily have everything that you need from your own family, but you can create your own family with people like
Well, I don't know what to say after that. Yeah, I mean, I hope you guys all enjoyed the film. As Haden said, it was 16 years, plus 16 years of filming. I couldn't even tell y'all, I didn't know where this film was going. I just knew that it was a movie, for sure. And this movie, I feel like, is gonna bring families together, make families wanna stay together, make the kids that's in this crowd right here love their parents even more. And that's how I feel. That's the outcome I get, because I kind of look back at the times where, when I was young, going through those times, ups and downs, being happy and being sad, and all those moments and emotions no one knew in the family, because no one actually cared. And it wasn't because I didn't speak on it. I just always kept these things to myself. And I really wish I could have like opened up a little bit more to the people that was around me, so they could understand things. But I feel like seeing myself on film and seeing those retakes, it makes me happy. It brings joy in my heart, and also put me in a weird space. But then also, like, I can climb up that mountain and be like, yo, like, this is it. Like, there's no stopping, man. I love you guys, and I hope you guys all enjoyed the film.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Thank you guys for being here. What a great film, right? Man, everything that you guys been through, and you know, I feel like skateboarding was the thing that kept you guys in there, hanging in there, you know. And I feel like I don't know, we all share a little bit of kind of like the same stories, you know. Like for me, coming out here from Nicaragua as an immigrant, you know, and finding skateboarding and meeting longtime friends like Dan and Aaron, and you know, just skateboarding was the thing that just kept us together. Still, like 30 years, 35 years plus, you know, we're still here as friends and talking about skateboarding, the thing that we love, you know, and yeah, I mean, thank you guys for watching. For me, that 7 and 7 part was one of my last parts that I did. That I really put my heart, and just skating all the type of different boards for me, just that's the stuff that I grew up on, you know what I mean? Like the old 80s power boards and all different shapes. And for me also, I felt like riding the popsicle shapes, I was just getting tired, I was just getting bored. So when they started doing a lot of the reissues with all the powers, it just brought me back to my childhood and why I love skateboarding so much, you know? It just brought like a whole spark into my skateboarding. And wanting to go out and, let me see if I can still do my nollie hill with this 80s board. Let me see if I can still do this, you know? And it brought a whole new spark for me. And I started wanting to go out and, you know, try skate. You know? Sometimes you just lose that spark and it's like, you know, sit in the couch and you start going like Ellie and it's over, huh, Meza?
No, but definitely, like it keeps you going. There's always that creativity.
You
like,
gotta find that spark sometimes,
yeah.
You know? Sometimes you can't find it, and I'm just happy that I found it through like writing all these old weird shapes. You know?
Yeah.
To this day, I still like try to find anything, a broomstick, and try to
Oh, you get the nollie hill for sure.
Right. But yeah, just through all these years, filming like video parts with Aaron will come pick me up at the house, and you know, sometimes I just needed a ride to Embarcadero, to be honest.
And that's kind of the beauty of it. It's like that's something that's spanned generations. It's like that's the same story that we're seeing here. It's like, you know, people looking out for each other.
And it didn't matter the color and race or anything.
for sure.
If you got down on your board, that's all that mattered.
Yeah.
That's all the props, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you got down, that's all that really mattered. And it's that family, that connection, that family that you do through skateboarding.
Yeah, definitely.
It doesn't matter where you can be in any country and you have a skateboard. Yeah, come stay at my house, or you want some rice and beans, like, you know, your family, bro.
Yeah.
And from skateboarding, you know, because we just have that connection.
Because it transcends language and everything. It's like it's a way that everyone can communicate with each other.
For sure.
And keeps you young.
It's special. For me, it's one of the most, you know, thank God that I just found skateboarding, because I was heading in that direction that Leandre was headed. And skateboarding was the thing that took me away from all that. So thank you.
Yeah, Chico thought he was hard for a little bit.
Not as hard.
You try to switch it up.
I feel like that's where the dedication comes in at. Where I don't want to forget where I'm like going at, but when you was saying bringing like the skating, bring you together with your friends and family, and I personally feel like all good skaters in this industry or in this world, I feel like they're so good at skating because they all went through something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, everybody go through something. It doesn't matter if you artist, the person that painted this inside this theater, they were going through something for them to make it look this good, I feel like. And I feel like nobody's life is perfect. A line can't be perfect. But I just feel like with skateboarding, that's why we're so open to giving someone our couch or our bedroom when we don't even know them, is because like we all been through the same thing that's similar, and we all feel each other. That's why I feel like the hated bond is continuing on after 16 plus years. So that's what I would say.
That's great. No, thank you very much. Yeah, definitely.
I want to hear some Meza, like about his videos.
Well, see,
early in the
no,
days.
definitely, and that's the thing, and that's why we get to see all this and experience it all and share it. And like, yeah, that's definitely like when I think about the FTC video that we're showing and all the girl videos and everything. Like, that's definitely a sense of community and, you know, bringing it together to share with everyone. There you go.
What he said.
For me,
No, yeah, I mean, we were kids just filming. You know, we grew up at Embarcadero in San Francisco, which was similar to the Venice Park for them. It was you know, a world famous place, and I don't know, I wasn't as good as Chico, so I filmed Chico and I filmed Dan. And yeah, that's just how we got. It's funny because we grew up watching Stacy Peralta's videos, which were super important to us, and we, you know, you just want to give in. You want to give something back to what you love so much, and if you can make something that's even close to what Stacy made and stoke people out, like that's all. We're just trying to do that, basically. Yeah, yeah. But for you guys, like, when did it go just from filming with is it Van to turn it into like a doc? Was that always the idea, or did that come? And were you into that idea?
It was always the idea
I'll let
of
you
we
go
were gonna
first.
make Leandre a movie.
It was okay.
Leandre was
No, let me hold on. The goat is here. We're all goats, but I'll tell you guys how it is. It was never supposed to be this. It was never. We was gonna put this out on Vimeo. Like, y'all know what Vimeo is? Like it was supposed to go on Vimeo on YouTube, and this guy named Doug, he's a producer. Thanks to Doug and my manager, Ben Cohen. Ben was like, no. When I moved to Australia, it became a story now because Van started investing his own money into cameras, and I was just constantly losing these cameras, these little GoPros. That's why I said in that scene when I told that guy, I'm like, you gotta have your little brother film me with a GoPro. I'm just talking about myself. And I had so many GoPros, and I would lose them. I was sending them hard drives. And Doug hit up Van and was like, yo, you have to put a movie out. Like, this gotta be a movie about Leandre, his up and coming. Like, he's gonna be something one day. And we didn't know where it was going. We just continued on filming, constantly filming, year after year. I'm like, bro, it's 2000, and we've been filming from 2008, now it's 2014. When is this coming out? And they're like, oh, it's gonna come out 2017. Never came out. Then the pandemic came, never came out. And then we were supposed to be in the Sundance and the whole festival, never came out. And then like around the pandemic, we got like a deal with Russell Crowe and his team. So that's when it started getting real, and it was like out our hands after that. So then that's when we started reenacting scenes. All the cool shots came in with the cars, because remind you, it was just Van filming on his iPhone or just a regular camera. And when the Australians came in making Nick, they were like, okay, we're gonna do special effects, we're gonna do all the crazy stuff. And that's when all the movie ideas came involved. And then they were like, okay, it's 2020, and like, what's the plan? We're supposed to come out with the film. Like, what's the end of the story? What can it be the end? And they're like, well, he's not pro. Like, you gotta make it pro. And then like, I was actually done skating. I was like, around 2020, I was done skating. I was like living on my friend's couch. I was homeless. I just started dating this girl that was skating. We ended up like building a really cool like relationship, and then like started like posting her clips on Instagram. So we started going viral together, and like she started selling her pants. Well, she was we had a pants company, but I was helping her with that. So it was like 4 years with that, and then they were like, we need an ending, and they were like, okay, how can we do this? And I already was sponsored by Death Wish. I'm like, dude, I'm tired.
Yeah.
Like, I'm tired. Like, this shit is depressing. I don't want to be 28. I grew up in Hawthorne. I grew up with Theodis Beasley. I don't know if you guys know who this guy is. He's an amazing skater. Antoine Dixon, Furby. And these are all skaters that's like I looked up to, and I seen what skating have done for them, and what skating have, like, where I have taken them. And there's a couple of things, I don't judge, so there's a couple of things, like, I want to be like Theodis. I want to be like him. I want to be pro like him. I want to be sponsored like him. Like Louis. And then there was a time where I'm like, damn, but I don't want to be like Antoine Dixon, where he's the face of a brand and he's getting all this love, and then like he do what he wants because he get all this. What it is like you get so much in skateboarding and you don't know. When you come from nothing and you get all this traveling and money, and like you don't know what to do with it, right? So I feel like by me seeing this and like how it turned out for this person, I'm like, I don't want to be like that person. And I'm like, okay, this person, I also don't want to be like that. So I started like looking at skating differently. That's the truth. I started looking at skating differently because it put me in a black hole. I was so depressed. I was scared. I didn't know who to talk to. I was going Baker Boys after being with them for 4 years, crying, just like so depressed. I'm like, I don't even know what I'm crying for. I came here to skate, but I'm crying my eyes out. And Eric could be looking at me, and I'm just like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, 4 years later, get kicked off Death Wish, and that's why I'm like, that's my dream company. I don't want to skate no more. And it was kind of like arrogant for me to look at it like that, but it was like, I gotta pay bills. Like, I'm about to be 24. Like, I gotta start doing things. And I just didn't want to be that skater at 30 years old, getting kicked off his dream team to nothing. You know what I'm saying? So when Steve Barrett, that's why I thank Steve Barrett so much. When he came into my life, I was super depressed. It was a rainy day. My friend was like, bro, you're a Skategoat. You got all these followers on Instagram. I'm like, blah, blah, blah. Shout out to Troy, because he made me DM him. And he was like, just message the barracks, bro. Like, you have, like, they will respond back to you. So I messaged the barracks. I was like, yo, can I skate the barracks? And he was like, yeah, come up. Steve Barrett had me sitting out there for like 3 hours. I swear to God. I'm sitting outside the barracks for like 3 hours. It's raining. I'm like, fuck this. Someone's gonna call more homies to come in the parking lot. Now I'm about to hang out and smoke in the parking lot. Like, we got the barracks. He comes out. Dude, I swear to God, he comes out just like nothing ever happened. Like, talking in a meeting. I'm like, wow, he's in a meeting right now. And he's like, Leandre, I got a question for you. And it was kind of crazy. It was crazy because at the time I was like, didn't want to skate, but I was still trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And he was like, what do you think about this skating? Like the industry, how do you feel about it? Like where you at and how does it make you feel? And I was just like, it makes me happy, but the more I know about it, it's kind of just like scary, and I just want to just skate. I want to have fun. I want to make my dream come true, but I just want to have fun. And it's hard for me because I can't live on my friend's couch, have a job, and try to skate. Like I got to figure out which one. And he was like, let's figure this out, man. He was like, let's talk. And the whole idea of the 10 days how to go pro is funny as fuck. Like it's just marketing, being funny. It was like pandemic, everyone's in the house. We're like, what can we do to make noise? And I'm a type of person that like making noise. If I'm gonna come up with an idea, I'm gonna come up with ideas. So me and Steve, our two brains was just up all night just talking about this. I'm like, dude, let's just do this. Put it out in 10 days. He was like, well, we're not saying you're gonna have your board in 10 days, but we could put this out. And then over the time of like 2 months, it wasn't 10 days. It was like maybe like 3 weeks of filming that whole little segment, and then like 2 months of him like doing getting the board and product and production. And the whole board company was based off of me. He was like, I want to turn this board company to something that like, you're a bright person. He was like, I see you and you're just happy, you're bright. And he was like, let's name this board Bright Skateboards. And I was like, yeah, let's do it.
Oh, that's where the name came from.
That's where the name came
that's
from.
Great.
You know, so after that, the whole pro came in. As you guys see in the video, he surprised me. It was nobody there because of the pandemic. It was fresh COVID, no one could be around. So it was kind of sad, no one was there. But my dream came true, and we sold over 800 boards my first drop. And I was like, damn, this is how I feel. And then not only that, it was like, I got the best deal. It was like, you're not gonna get 50 cents a board, or $1 a board or whatever. You're gonna get half of what we make, like 50%. So I got 50% of 800 boards, which is amazing. So I was like, okay, I wanna skate now. I want to skate. So that was the ending. That's when the movie I was trying to get to, that was the ending of the Skategoat movie. That's the only plan that we had. It was like, what is going to be the ending of this movie? You know, so it was like the ending was me going pro because we didn't have an ending to the story. You know what I'm saying? So after that, it was like we have an ending, we have a movie,
And that's a good ending.
that's a good ending. But the first 10 years, 11 years, there was no fucking plan.
Yeah.
There was no fucking plan. There was me and my little brother. There was no plan. It was like free balling it. There was just like, just that's it. And then when Australians came in, it was a different story. It was like, okay, we want to do this react this scene. You said that you guys got into a car accident. They thought I was lying. Then they interviewed my mom. My mom did the whole thing. I was like, okay, we're gonna spend this amount for this car flip. And I'm like, all right, sure. Like, it kind of aches me seeing it. Like, it gave me the chills, but because it's a true story. And like, I didn't have my seatbelt on, which is insane. To this day, I feel like I'm an angel. I like driving a seatbelt. I'm just playing. But my little brother, Leandre, he's still incarcerated right now. He's been in jail from his last interview, which was in the desert. But his time, I think it's 2027 or like the middle of 2026. But I miss him. I do. I love that dude so much. And every time I see the film, I see that we had like these little paintings in the hotel they gave me and like put me in tears. Like, I'm like, that's the best gift I can give. Me and my little brother hugging. But yeah, I wish he was here. He's here right now, and I think when he sees this film, he's going to be super excited.
Yeah, that's great.
Shout out Leandre.
That's what Leandre.
You guys want to?
I just want to clarify
Yeah, go for it.
on the actual filming of this movie. So Leandre was living on my floor, and we were not in a good situation, and we were trying to make the best of it. And this guy seen potential in Leandre, which was the director Van.
I was living in
And yeah, exactly. And then you were on my floor, and you were like, "This guy's gonna come over to my house and film me because if I ever turn pro, he wants to make a movie about me. He sees the potential." So the movie actually was supposed to be like a very positive movie about a success story and following a journey of how you turn pro. And then this guy showed up and started filming us as little rugrats, as you saw. And you were living with me. But the movie's turned into a relationship.
He's kind of confused, but after 2 years of filming, I ended up at Haden house of me losing relationship with my family. Yes, I lived at your house, so that's how you're a part.
Yeah, correct. From day one, we were gonna have a Leandre.
I bet you guys have some questions about this.
Day one. Second of all, just so you guys know, this is the second time I've ever seen the film. I've never seen this footage except for the first time, which was 2 weeks ago. I had my whole life known we're gonna have a Skategoat movie. I had no clue I was gonna be involved in it. I knew I would be because I've been in his life so much, but I didn't think it would be so focused on our relationship and be brought out like that. Well,
Much of a star.
well, thank you for that. Yeah, but you know, it's a very positive message, and Leandre, you know, is the true meaning of chasing your dreams and chasing your goals, and never looking back and never turning down anything. And no matter what adversity comes in front of us, we're gonna deal with it head on. And that was the message of the movie, and then obviously him achieving the goals. But from when we were a kid, it was like a rock star mentality of like, oh, we're gonna have a movie one day. My friend's gonna be a movie star, and we got this director in our house filming us doing absolutely nothing. You know?
I wish you got the PJ here.
Yeah.
But, you know, one day it's gonna happen.
And 16 years later, you know, I think how many years ago did you turn pro now? 4 years ago? 5 years ago. So when he turned pro, this director who has been filming us for 15 plus years, the movie finally came to a close. And that's when all the pieces fell into place, and I still didn't even know my involvement at that time. And just seeing the film for the first time recently, I thought it was just so heartwarming and so touching and real and authentic and can't be mimicked, and you can't script anything that you saw in that. And like I said earlier, sorry for the profanity. And you know, basically what I wanted to say about the whole being the direction of the movie, it was never like really a guaranteed thing or expected. We just were living our day-to-day life, and if anything ever would happen of it, that's what was gonna happen.
Love you, hate it.
Wow, that's great, you guys. Good job. Yeah, where are we out here? Do we have any questions? Anybody have a mic out there? Oh, I see a hand. There we go. I know there's some mics running around out there.
I had a question about Leandre riding goofy and regular. Did you intentionally do that, or were you just realized you could do it?
We skated goofy and regular. I did it. It was on accident. For real, I promise. It was all on accident. I couldn't skate the bowl good. So like my little brother, I used to watch my little brother skate, and I couldn't do what my little brother did. I'm like, why can't my little brother fly over this hip and I can't fly over it? Like I'm bigger than him. Like I don't know. I was thinking like that. I'm like, I'm big brother. I should be able to do it, right? And he kept doing it. He kept going over the hip, and I'm like trying to skate it regular, but it just wasn't sitting right. I'm like, why do I feel like a stick? I can't carve. But he looked like he was surfing. I'm like, I can't surf like you. And for like so long, I'm just like sitting there watching my little brother skate, watching Leandre skate with Haden. And then one day I just dropped in goofy, and it was like smoothest feeling ever. It was like, I just learned how to skate. And I was like, whoa, but then when I dropped in, I went right over the hip. I was like, no way, I just did it. So I was like, ever since that day, I did not drop in regular in a bowl to skate transition. So then I started going to like when I went to middle school, I started liking school because I was like playing skate, winning skates and stuff like that. And I would only be able to do a tray flip goofy. So it's like a tray flip, it's like a board, the board goes like that. I wasn't able to do it regular.
So it's just like certain tricks, like
Certain tricks.
certain ways of
But
riding certain things. Yeah.
I have a stance though. But that's like, dang, no, it's not. Kidding.
We got you, man.
That's crazy. Like out of all, I'm so sorry. I hope that answered your
Does anything
question.
feel switched?
All these
So
years
we got
ago.
to the mega ramp. I said, whatever you drop in on the mega ramp is your stance.
Okay, but you ready?
Does anything feel switched to you?
When do you think you're gonna go to the mega ramp?
Go
and
ahead.
drop
Does
the
anything
switch?
feel switched to you?
Yeah, so I'm saying, so like, okay, that's one for you. If I have to drop into the mega ramp, I'm gonna hit it goofy. If I have to hit El Toro, I'm gonna hit it regular.
That's the mind.
Right? That's where it fucks you up. That's where it fucks me up too. And then you asked me, you said, what was the question? Yes. Nollie hills, switch hills, which is goofy. Tray flip going regular, you're right.
Flag on regular or a kick flip?
I'm so confused.
You gonna demonstrate?
Give me that. Look at this.
But I want to show you, especially Chico, I want to show you this is real, right? So look. So look it. All right, look it. So this is kickflip on regular, right? Kickflip. And then I go goofy kickflip. And this feels switch, right?
Yeah, definitely switch.
I promise, it feels switch.
That's definitely
But when I do tray flip goofy, it feel regular, right? Like it feel regular. It's something that my brain, it's my shoulder pulls up. So now, nollie heel. It's like I have a stance, bro.
It's regular.
Your stance changes for tricks.
Now you ready? Regular tray flip. You ready? It's sad. Regular tray flip, and then I'm like, on regular, I have 5 flips regular. You know? It's certain tricks, you know, but I don't know. It's hard to explain. I feel like I dropped on my head a couple times.
Word.
Come on, we need a round of applause for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, where's the question? Here we go.
Hello. First off, I just want to say that was amazing. That was a beautifully well done film. That was so good. This might be a kind of silly question. This is for Haden. Some of those clips, you were really young, and I noticed you had a little bit of sleeve going on. How old were you when you got your first tattoo?
13.
Wow.
Yeah, so, you know, the movie's not about my life. It's really about Leandre, but I come from a very similar household, and I had no stability or nobody to tell me what was right and what was wrong, and I was allowed to do whatever I wanted. And I woke up one morning and said I wanted a tattoo, and decided, you know, instead of getting something little that's gonna be hidden underneath my pants, I was gonna go get a arm sleeve, and I was gonna get palm trees, and they were gonna be huge. And you know, nobody wanted to tattoo me. Nobody wanted to tattoo me, even though I hung out at all the tattoo shops. No, that was C-Dub. C-Dub came later, but there was a guy who he was an apprentice at a tattoo shop, and he said, I'll tattoo you, but you gotta come to my house. And I'm like, okay, cool, finally somebody's down. So I show up to his house, and the guy's on Xanax, drunk, and he goes, I'm just gonna freehand it. And I go, I'm so dedicated to getting a tattoo, and I've been turned down so many times that I was not gonna say no. And so I let this guy start drawing, literally doodling on my arm, freehand, and he did about a half of a leaf that ended up not looking like a palm tree, more like a fern leaf. And I basically stopped. I started screaming at him, crying. It was like, my dad's gonna fuck you up. Excuse my French. And yeah, and then I left there, and now all of a sudden, because now my skin's been touched, every tattoo shop was down to let me through the door. And they were all like, yeah, you know, we're not the first one to do it. And they all cleaned it up. And after that, it was like, now I got a real tattoo artist ready to tattoo me, and I just kept it going.
He did a stick and poke when we was 13 together.
Yeah, we did stick and pokes.
His came out good. I bitched out. I don't know. Can't see mine down there, but I was like, I'm scared to show mine on my arm.
Well, I told him, I said, you're
Dog
gonna do
temple
it in a
bones.
spot that
Oh,
hurts.
no way.
Oh, you see that?
Yep.
That's kind of good for 16 years. Stick and poke. I was
It's still in there pretty good.
Do we have another question out there too?
Yeah.
Where are we? Oh, there we go.
So,
Thanks.
I feel like the biggest takeaway that I got from this film was the concept of found family. This can be for anyone, but what about skating in specific, in your own words, would you say brings the community together? And I know even in Skategoat, you guys mentioned like sometimes you wouldn't even talk, you would just be skating together. Like what about skating in particular led you guys to your found family?
Skateboarding, you know, this goes back to kind of what Chico was talking about too. Like you can go anywhere in the world and go to the local skate park, and if you're a real skater, real skaters recognize real skaters. And the second you get there, you're gonna have the ends of what's, you know, where's the good restaurants to eat, what's cool, what's, you know, what's hot and what's not. And you're gonna get the real local experience because of that. And that's anywhere in the world. I don't care what language you were speaking. If you go to a skate park and a skater recognizes a real skater, that's what's gonna happen, you know? And then with us, it was just magnified because we were stuck in the same location with the same childhood background at the same age and needing emotional support out of each other. And skateboarding was that commonality that brought us together, and we just persevered through it. And I think skateboarding is that for everybody. It doesn't matter what level you are. If you're truly passionate about it, you're gonna show up you're gonna land in a foreign place you've never been before. You're gonna go right to the skate park, and you're gonna immediately have a community that is open arms and one that you want to be part of, because you guys all see the same thing, which is the fun and the joy that you get from skateboarding itself.
We're just two young children that was the only child in the family, and we were like, we need siblings, and we went to the skate park at the same time and found each other. And we got stuck.
For me as an immigrant, I mean, I felt like skateboarding gave me a voice. It gave me an identity. Coming here to the U.S. as a young kid, as an immigrant young kid, I didn't know the language, you know what I mean? And meeting friends was kind of hard, but I felt like skateboarding was that thing that bonded us, everybody together. And like I said, like I was shy, and for me, skateboarding gave me that identity and that voice, you know. And I'm so glad that I found it.
Definitely. Yeah, great job. We have time for any more questions out here?
So I personally know a couple of you guys on the stage, and as somebody who's gone through drug addiction, alcohol abuse, alcohol addiction, what an inspiration all 5 of you on the stage are to not just me, but everybody here. I own a skate shop, and I'm just trying to be a light in the lives of a lot of people, and you guys are definitely a light in my life, and I just really appreciate what you guys are doing for everybody here, everybody in the skate industry. Skateboarding can literally change the world, and you guys really moved me tonight. Thank you.
I think that is a pretty good note to end on right there. So yeah, thank you so much everybody for coming out, and thanks to all you guys for coming out. Such a great night. Can't believe it's only the second one. Let's do it again next year.
Thank you. Good night.
Party now.
There you go.